Are they crazy? What, are they losing their minds? I'm out of business. My clients travel to Westbury right now, much less to College Point. You're coming too close to home. We opened, my husband and I invested in 2004 when I decided to move here. And we started this little wine shop in Forest Hills. We're 90% wine. And we decided that we wanted to do something different. So we don't carry the commercial brands. I'm not about the big brands. I'm not that kind of store. And if I don't taste it, it can't come in my door. So I really have to target my neighborhood. So when Total Wine, Westbury opened in 2017. And we had then been there since 2014, October, right before the holidays. I was like, where's some of my customers? How come I'm not seeing my customers? And then I heard there's a new store in Westbury. So what new store? It said Total Wine. So I get in my car. I decide to drive out there because I have to see what the attraction is. And I felt like a deer in the headlights. You know, you walk into this monstrosity and it blows your mind. There is something there for everybody. And there's nothing wrong with that. Competition is not the problem. It's the magnitude of the competition. So if I can open, I know when we were applying for our license, they asked the square foot of the store. You had a limit, you know, they're not giving you a license for a 10,000 square foot store. They're not going to give us that. So how is it that they got a 30,000 square foot store and they were able to get the license? Not only that, they have wine on one side and they have beer on the other side. And it's supposed to be two separate entities. And there's a big glass wall down the center. So you stand on this side and you look over and say, oh, what's over there? And just drag you over there, right? So for us, it was really a reality check that made us have to go back to the drawing board and decide how we were going to scale back and decide what we were going to carry in order to keep our customers coming. So what we do a lot of wine tasting events. We sponsor Little League teams. You know, we do every charity event there is for the local church, for the school, make gift baskets, you name it, I'm everywhere. I'm like a jack of all trades. I see the difference in the clientele, and you know, before I'd have these customers that would come in and buy a case, now they become my 1 or 2 bottles a week. You know, they're not buying the same volume because I understand everybody's pocket's different, but they're going to take the drive on the weekend, take the kids to the mall, and then they'll just go to Total Wine and stack up for the week. And when they run out is when they come to see me. Right? So I've been impacted with a 30% loss in sales. I'll tell you that right now, if you walk into any bank, I can tell you from experience, we tried, we couldn't get a loan to save our life. And it's not that we didn't have funds in our 401k to support it, is that the bank considers you a risk. A wine store or a liquor store is considered a risk. The return on the margins don't add up. So if I had to take from my husband's 401k to open the store, and she was able to secure a $10 million loan, she needs to tell me what bank she's at, because I need to go get a loan. Numbers, the ratios don't add up. As any accountant looks at that and says, wait a second, you had $100,000 in assets and you were able to secure a $10 million loan. How do you do that? Which bank is that? It's called Bank of Data. Bank of Daddy, right? It is a very sad and one of the things that amazes me is this organization that I'm part of Retail Alliance, and I've been out there with the fight, getting the Assembly people to recant their letters, and it surprises me at how diverse Queens is. Like I said, I'm new to New York. I moved here in 2014 before we opened the store. So this is all very different for me, but Queens is very unique. It's a very unique, there's no food that you can't find in Queens. You name it, you can find it. You can't go nowhere else and find that. It's why would you want to break down the foundation of what the city has to offer? It amazes me. And it will break down the foundation because everybody's looking at one thing. It's liquor sales, but they have to also look at, okay, liquor sales is one thing, so you're going to have owners out of business. The owner's employees are now out of business. Total Wine does not do business with small distributors. So now those small distributors that rely on the 351 stores in Queens are now going to be out of business. So those owners are out of business and their salespeople are out of jobs. So the chain reaction doesn't justify the end results. Okay, right now if I try to if somebody was to make me an offer on my store, offer me $500,000. Total Wine gets there, I can't sell that for $100,000. It's not possible because nobody's going to come in and compete against them. You can't. When you impact a neighborhood with such a large store in such a location, you're not only impacting Queens. It's right off the Whitestone. And you have the Grand Central, so you're targeting the Bronx, you have Brooklyn, you know, you'll have people, Stamford, Connecticut is just right there. You'll have people from Stamford, Connecticut that drives up. So now, if Westbury made $80 million, actually $82.3 million to be exact, if they were able to do that and they're aiming for 100,000, which you know the Christmas sales will take them to that 100,000, what's their target for College Point? You know? And why allow one company to monopolize all of that when there's so many other people in Queens that need to feed their family?